Hey everyone, welcome to the Lee Sin full gameplay jungle tutorial. Before we start, let's first talk about his items and runes. Currently, this is the ideal standard setup and feel free to use this as your guide. For better understanding, I will explain the reason on why this is my build. Going to the items, the first item I would go for is Youmuu's Ghostblade, as this not only increases my damage but it also increases my roam potential, makes my ganks more efficient. Next item that I would go for is Trinity Force. Not only does it increase my HP, damage, attack speed, ability haste, it also gives me additional damage with my Sheen, wherein I could easily proc this when I use my spells. Another alternative for this would be the Black Cleaver. You would want to go for Cleaver if your lineup is a bit squishy, as well as if you're behind in the game and you need to catch up. So Trinity Force is the ideal, especially when you're ahead, but when you're behind, you could just go for the Black Cleaver. Next item we would go for is the Steel-Plated Stasis. Another alternative could be the Mercury Stasis. It depends. If they have a lot of CC, you go for the Mercs. If they don't have much CC, you could go for the Plated Steel Caps. Another alternative would be the Steel-Plated Protobelt, but you would only like to get this item if you are massively ahead and you have snowballed the game. Ideally, you'd always want to go for the Stasis instead, since it is a much safer item. Next item that we would go for is Death's Dance. This not only makes you a bit tankier, you also get more damage and a reset on your HP if you're able to take down a target. So Lee Sin has strong burst potential in Skit. If you're able to take down a carry or someone in team fight, your HP will go back. Very good item for this champion. After this, we would go for Guardian Angel. This is the stage of the game where Elder would spawn. Of course, you would want to get a second life, especially if you are able to catch the enemy carry. You kick him or her to your team. Make the game win and play. Even though you get down, you have your Guardian Angel as your second life. Last item, it would depend on you. I would usually go for the Mortal Reminder for more damage, but if you would want to go more defensive, if you don't have a tank in your team, you could go for the Randuin's Omen or Sterax. So both are also ideal items that you could get for Lee Sin. One more thing, if you're going for the Black Cleaver build on the Lee Sin, the third item that you could get, especially if there's a lot of tanks on the enemy team, would be the Divine Sunder, as this would not only make you tankier, it is also very effective against those high HP targets. Next, we go to the runes. First rune that we go for is Conquer. Kind of obvious, no questions asked, very easy to proc, and increases my burst overall. Next would be Brutal. I personally would go for Brutal because Lee Sin is an early game champion. I would want to maximize his early game. In order to do that, you go for the Brutal, which not only makes your clear faster, it also makes your early duel even stronger, wherein you can one-shot the enemy carries. If you don't want to go for Brutal, another alternative would be Triumph, as this would be more effective in team fights. If you're able to take the target, especially with the Death Stance, you get double HP back with Death Stance plus Triumph. Next rune that we would go for is Hunter Titan. Another alternative to this would be Nullifying Orb. It depends on you. If they have a lot of CC, you could go for the Titan. But if they don't have a lot of CC, you could go for the Nullifying Orb, as it scales well with AD since we're building a lot of AD. Last rune that we would go for is Pathfinder. As a roaming jungler, we would want to maximize our move speed with the Ghostblade plus Pathfinder. Our ganks will be fast and efficient. So that is it for Lee Sin's items and runes, and I will see you guys in game. Going to the game, this will teach you the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, and advantages and disadvantages of Lee Sin. In this matchup, we are currently up against Rengar, and in a Lee Sin vs Rengar matchup, this is slightly advantageous towards a Lee Sin in the early stages of the game, but once we get to the mid to the late, then it would be advantageous to the Rengar, depending on his build. If he would go for the bruiser-oriented build, then he would be more effective in team fights, but if he would go for the damage build, then it would depend on his initiation if he's able to catch out one of our carries. Here we do the level 1 control ward trick, where we switch to our control ward the top bush, immediately recall, then switch back to our yellow trinket. So what this does is that it gives us topside vision, since control wards don't expire, and hopefully if they're not able to see it, we would be able to find their jungler as well. So the clear that I do here is the red side clear, where I go for my red buff, Krugs, Raptor, then Flex, depending on what happens in the map. So when clearing, the first tip that I would want to teach you is to always do 2 auto attacks before using a skill. So first skill, auto, then first again, second, auto, then second again. So what this does is that you utilize your passive, since your passive increases your attack speed, and it would make your clear a lot more efficient. Another tip that I would want to teach you when clearing is to use the second skill auto attack animation cancel. So in order to do this, you would always want to auto attack before using the second proc of your second skill, and it will allow you to do 3 auto attacks in less than 2 seconds, which is very efficient for not only for clearing, it's also efficient in team fights and duels as well. I see the Rengar that goes bot. Even though I have the jungle matchup advantage, I chose to go for the top scut because I don't have bot priority. As you can see, our bot is pushed on the tower and Lucian is a lot more stronger than the Jinx. So an advantage that we did with our clear is that we're able to invade the Rengar's Krugs. What the Rengar did was red Raptors, blue, then Scott, which is less superior than our red side clear, where we're able to take his Krugs while he's not able to take our Krugs. So that's an advantage on why we do the red side clear. It prevents any potential invades. Aurelion Sol does a good gank bot, tries to get the Lucian, but I know that the Rengar's bot side, the opponents are able to catch up. Aurelion gets caught. I'm not able to help them, and they became a bit greedy and got punished for it. So in order to mitigate this loss, what I do here is I go for the top side to have a trade. Since there's no one in the top side, Riven flashes in. I don't think she had to flash in. Yasuo tries to buy time. We force the flash. My first skill misses, but it's okay. We're still able to get a kill. But this is a good trade for... Even though we're able to get a trade, overall, I think they're able to get 2 kills to our 1 kill. So, unlucky. But at least we're able to make something out of it. After the recall, I go for Serrated Dirk, as this increases my damage. I go for the top side again, probably going to my bot side for the clear, just in case there might be another fight in the bot side. Then I would be there to help my team. Checking the situation, I need to check my what my priorities are, and in this game, my bot side don't have priority, while my top side has a big lead. So in this game, since we're fighting against a Rengar jungle, I would want to prioritize my top side since he has the winning lane and probably snowball that lane. Bot side is more of a farm lane since it's a bit hard to gank a Jinx Lulu, while in the top side, Riven was able to solo kill the Yasuo, and I see that the Rengar went on the top side bush. So what I do here is I wait for the Rengar to show himself, go for the counter gank, look for the punish, and this is why you would want to gank winning lanes. Even though I missed my Q, it hits the minions, we're still able to take the kill and get a lead in the top side. Even though our bot side is having a hard time, Aurelion is trying to help, but they're able to get a trade. So it's not the best trade ever. It's something that we would want to take. Getting early kills means that it would give us more money to be able to snowball the game. So Lux overextends. I use my first kill. I miss. Then I see that the Karma's low on the top side. I try to go for the Karma. Rengar blocks us. I'm not able to hit the Karma. Very great counter gank by the opponents looking for the punish. And that's why I would always want to focus on going for the Baron lane. Because if there's a counter gank, then we would lose the trade. So very good play by the opponent with a countering my gank and getting a lead in the mid lane as well. Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. I'm probably not confident because I don't have bot priority. So what I would probably do here is I go for the Rift Herald instead. Yep, I path towards the top side wherein I have priority since Riven is already 3-1. The opponents will most likely go for the Dragon since they have priority over there. So Aurelion Sol helps me get the Herald. I look to go for the first tower once we take the objectives. So since I don't see the opponents, I assume that they're all at the Dragon buff. Riven is able to solo kill the Yasuo again. Aurelion Sol tries to buy time, gets a stun. We take the first tower, we're able to buy a lot of time. I see that 4 people are at the bot side. So I use the Herald to try to get 2 towers for the Dragon. Lux is trying to rotate at the top side. I go for the intercept. I use my first skill, second skill, animation cancel, then the second proc of my first skill. We burst the Lux, but the Rengar is able to arrive on time. We get punished for it, so it's not the best decision. Aurelion Sol tries to help the Riven, but there are 3 members. Karma as a shield. Yasuo flashes in. My team needs to get away. Riven gets rooted. Should have been able to get a Rengar, but Karma did a good root. The clash is taking a lot longer than expected. Riven goes down. Asol and Lulu are able to buy time, and I'm able to come back to help my team get a trade. We take down the Yasuo. I missed my first skill on the Karma quite fast with the third skill. We have our Ghost Blade, so we have a lot of chasing potential. Lulu gets a great polymorph. We try to burst the Karma. Second in. Animation cancel. Take her down. First skill out. Even though we make a mistake on the top side, we're able to get a trade, which makes the game a lot closer. Prevents them from snowballing too much. So in this stage of the game, we have a lot of gold. We know we're a bit fed. But we also know that we also need to buy time. Lux tries to go for the red side. Red steal. We immediately go for the punish. Go ulti plus auto. Secure the kill. Currently on a killing spree. We see that Lucian's on the bot side. So we go for the intercept. Lucian doesn't see us. Looking for the catch. We're able to slow the Lucian. First kill. Get another execute. So the only time that we would want to gank bot lane is when we're ahead. Just like in this situation where we're 6-2, we have our Ghost Blade. When we go back, we would be able to get our Triforce at 7 minutes. I look to protect my bot side just in case Rengar comes. Look for the counter gank. Rengar doesn't come. We just recall instead, get my Triforce. And we're in a position to be able to snowball the game since we're having a 1k GPM. While looking at the map, I see that Riven on the top side, kind of overextended. Nothing's happening, so I go clear my own camps. And look at how fast Lee Sin clears once you complete your Ghost Blade Triforce. Not even 5 seconds per camp. And you have a lot of mobility as well to maneuver around the map. I see that there are 4 people going bot. I'm kind of far, so instead, I try to go for a top trade. Hopefully, Yasuo shows himself. I see that Yasuo shows himself. So I wait for the next wave. Most probably, he might push the wave because he knows that there's a lot of people at the bot side. Yasuo doesn't show up. That's a great decision. We got baited a bit there. So I go for the recall and rush bot in order to help the team. So now there's a 4v2 bot side. Lulu goes down. Jinx is very low as well. Aurelion Soul tries to buy some time. Tower is still up. I go for the flash. Go for the second skill. Then kick Lux for the guaranteed first skill hit. Then I need to kite a bit. My first skill misses. I have to flash out because Rengar has passive. He would be able to jump on me. Looking for another hit on my first skill. Once my first skill hits, I would probably able to kill one of them. They're playing a lot safe as well. And we get a 2-for-2 trade at the bot side. Our bot dies, but we're able to take down the mid and Lux as well. Unluckily, Riven dies to the Yasuo top, so it's kind of sad that even though Riven has a winning matchup, she probably got outplayed. So next Herald has spawned. I buy my steel-plated stone stasis. This would help me prevent Lux and Rengar from bursting me down. Gives me a lot of outplay potential. I'm kind of fed, so I'm looking for the contest. My bot has gotten some gold. Karma is out of position. Go for the kick. Plus first skill. We burst her down. Rengar is pushing on the top side. Uses the ultimate. I estimate my first skill. Get a great hit. Force the flash. We take down Rengar as well. We have our Triforce. We get the first kill. Then we outplay the Yasuo. We dodge the... Lux ulti hits us, but we have 1 HP left. Go for the engage on the Yasuo since he's 1 hit away. Second skill away from Lux's first kill. Great play all around. We're able to get 3 kills for none. Even though they're able to get our first tower, we're still in a great position to come back in the game. We secure the Rift Herald. Dragon is just spawned, so I go for the recall. Going for my Death's Dance. Next item to increase my damage as well as getting the resets would be very important, as you will see later on. Aurelion Soul tries to buy time. I have my Pathfinder plus Ghost Blade. I move really fast. I'm able to help the Lucian. Never mind. Iso is able to get him down with the help of Jinx's ulti. So now it's a 4v5. Pretty confident that we could start the Ocean Dragon since they have no ADC. Jinx does a great trap to zone the Rengar just in case. We secure the dragon. I see that Yasuo is going to the mid side. So we go mid to try and cut him off. Yasuo is out of position. Even though he's able to dash, we have a lot of chase potential in our kit. Use my Herald on the mid side because Yasuo is down. It's another 4v5. I try to look for the tower or probably a kick on the side. My first skill connects, but Lux is a bit far, so I can't go in. Needless in. I have to. When I go in, it has to be very good. I kick the Lucian away. I'm very low. We lose the fight. I think we tried to force the tower a lot. Rengar uses his ultimate, even though his ultimate is not able to chase me down because I'm really fast with the Ghostblade Pathfinder. So that's goes to show how good the combination is. So we lose the team fight because Jinx was at the bot side. We don't have anyone to siege. Aurelion Sol goes for another punish. Tries to land the first kill, but the opponents are able to disengage. My first kill hits a Lucian, but there is a Lux Karma beside. I don't take the first because if I go in, chances are Lucian's gonna get shielded or I will get binded as well. So what I do here is I cancel their ports. They haven't reset yet while we're able to reset. So once I cancel their TPs, I go for the mid lane push because it is important that we take down the first tower mid. Lux does a great job into ulti in. Another engage happens in the mid side. I'm not sure who I kicked, but we try to buy some time. We lose the engagement. We kite the Rengar. Rengar gets the stasis. I could have first killed there. But I wasn't sure. In hindsight, I should have went for the first kill because I had Death's Dance, and once I get the Rengar down, I would be able to get my HP back. I would probably kill the Lux and Karma as well. But I played it safe because I have a lot of kills, I have a large bounty, and it's something that I do not want to risk. 950 gold on my bounty. So another even trade in the mid side, even though it's really hard to get their mid down because they have a lot of wave clear, Lux Laser plus Karma wave clear, and a lot of engage with the Rengar plus Yasuo. So the next thing that I'm doing here, I have completed my 3 items. This is probably the strongest Lee Sin power spike, after which we will probably be a bit weaker in the game. So we look for picks. So when playing Lee Sin, the number one thing that you want to do is try to look for picks. Try to catch someone with your ulti. I see that Rengar ultied me. Play it a bit safe. Rengar shows himself in the top side banana bush. Then I see them hide in the bush. They're probably trying to intercept us. Lux does a great bind. I try to kick the Lux, but things are looking bad. Aurelion Sol with the flank is able to get a 3-man ulti. We go for the kite. Look for another engage. A lot of them are low. Take out the tether. Flash in. First kill in. Take down the Lux. Let's dance. Get another kill. Let's dance again. Then another first kill onto the Karma. Lucian tries to get us. We sidestep the ultimate. Our team is able to back up as well. Even though our first skill is not able to hit, we force the Lucian Zonias, take him down as well, and get the ace. When playing Lee Sin, you have to be very decisive and know when to engage or disengage. For example, using your first skill to go in, or using your second skill to engage as well, or disengage. So once we get the inhibitor, the next is spawning. The opponents are still down for 10 seconds. We try to look for an end. Riven gets executed. Our minion wave is gone. I had to use my stasis. Luckily, the wave has arrived. And we end the game before they're able to respond. So this is a very great Lee Sin game. We get a victory. We're able to carry our team. We do our job well. We utilize our priorities properly. We focus on the top side. Then help our team scale properly. Get key pickoffs. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed our Lee Sin, most damage dealt, and hope to see you guys next time. Before I go, there are 3 tips that I would like to share with you when playing Lee Sin. The first is when to use the champion. Lee Sin is a flexible champion that can be used in most situations. He currently has no hard counter, and the most important thing is knowing how to use his mechanics. My second tip is ganking. Lee Sin is one of the best ganks in the game because of his mobility and damage. It is essential that you always prioritize ganking in order for you and your team to get ahead in the game. The more successful ganks, the higher the chance to snowball the game. My third tip is when to use his kick. His kick can be used both to engage and disengage. When in a bad position, use it to disengage and knock up as much targets as possible to peel for your carry. When flanking, it can be used to engage by going for the kick on the enemy carry to bring him to your team. And that is it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe in order to see more content. Feel free to leave a comment if I missed anything and what champion you would like to see next. Thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao.
I'm finally facing it all, fearless.